Hello, hello. I am back to help you do this thing called life. So, yep, been praying for you. You keep praying for me too, okay? Um, this morning I heard that Daryl Coley song. He's preparing me. And it just started in the song. It says he's preparing me because he cares for me. Um, he's pruning me. And it says like he's preparing me for something that I cannot handle now. He's making me ready because he cares. He's providing me with what I need to carry out the next matter in my life. He's preparing me. And there's some other words, and I probably didn't say it all right, but yeah. Look it up if you want to hear it. Still good song from long, long ago, but it is so good. And from that song, he's preparing me. I started thinking about how many times God tells us to prepare. He tells us to get ready. And he may not use those words, but there are things that he tells us to help us get ready. We don't always know what's next. Sometimes you do know. Sometimes people know, let's say that somebody's training for the Olympics or they're training for a job or something like that. They're preparing. A woman, when she's getting ready to have a child, she may go to childbirth classes, all kinds of stuff, right? But as much preparation as there is, there's always liable to be something that drops into the equation that you had not actually prepared for or that you had not foreseen. So I don't know that we can be 100% ready, right? But he's preparing us. And like I said, there are times when he will actually tell us to prepare and we're intentional about preparation. Uh I have never run in any kind of marathon, half marathon, any of that. But I hear people talk about, they train, they prepare for it. Like I said, people prepare for the Olympics. So there are some things that are intentional. However, I believe that a lot of our preparation just comes through life. It comes through doing this thing day in and day out. It comes through experiences, the good, the bad, the ugly. It comes through all that stuff. And this morning, what I heard was that sometimes God is preparing us when we don't even know that He's preparing us. He's preparing us for our calling. He's preparing us for our mission. He's preparing us for our ministry. And many times it is not what we would have chosen to get right. It is not the thing that we would have picked to whip us into shape. But nevertheless, He has used it to help mold us, help shape us into usable form, into something that He can use to bring Him glory. And it's like I heard that preparation is a muscle. It's a muscle that has been worked, it's been trained without our knowledge so many times. And um the thing I heard later was that, if God says prepare, then prepare. But if He says you're ready, then you are. And so many times when an opportunity presents itself or somebody offers something, we don't feel like we're ready. No, no, no. But God knows what He's doing. So I thought about how many, we've heard it said often, like there is, okay, you're going to get the job that you're not qualified for or whatever, right? So a lot of times we won't even apply because we feel like we won't be approved, we won't be hired. But there's this thing that I talked about yesterday, and I didn't go in depth. But when I said how God said, how do we know we're saved? And it's by grace through faith. And He said that's the same way that we had to walk into yesterday, into that new place. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, please go back and watch the 1 Mo' Minutes from March 21st and March 22nd. And so by grace through faith, we step into newness when we may not see anything that says it's a new day. Today may look like yesterday, but we have to believe by faith. Just like when a woman finds out she's pregnant, there is no evidence sometimes, but she has to believe it. She has to know that. Just hang on to it. And that's what we have to do. And so in this place of preparation and in this place where God calls us into this newness, okay? It's just like, oh, here we go. Okay, so sometimes you take a test. If you remember in school, you might have taken a test, and when you're done, you're like, oh my gosh, I bombed that. I know I failed. And you get it back and you made like a 70 something or 80 something. You're like, what? I thought I failed. But the proof is right there. And it says you passed. Well, that's the thing. God said, we've passed. We've moved into this new place. And who are we to say, no, I didn't? Maybe you thought you didn't. But I don't know if he built in extra credit points or what. But this gets back to that grace thing. Grace is unmerited favor. It's something you did not earn. Didn't earn it, but he gave it to you. So when he says you're prepared, just believe that you're prepared. And then I know there are some jobs where they really see something on you they like. And so they let you get into the position and they give you some on-the-job training. So while we may not be 100% prepared, there's this training that he's going to give us. So what I need you to know is whatever you have, whatever you've been through, it's enough. It's enough for this next place. It is enough. So God has said approved. He said move to the next level, move to the next phase. Okay, move to the next stage. Just move and believe that you are prepared. Believe that maybe you were more qualified than you even knew. But at any rate, it's like this. If somebody called me, it's a job I've been wanting, and they give it to me, I'm not going to tell them, you don't want to hire me. I'm going to be like, okay, when do I start? And then if I got to try to make up for it once I get in there, I'm going to do it. But I just encourage you, believe God more than you believe you right now. Believe God. Don't let you talk yourself out of what God has placed you in. Silence that negative inner voice. Believe that you are ready. Receive that you are ready. Receive that God is going to train you. He's going to prepare you. It reminds me of the scripture that says about, there's no temptation overtaking us. Like that he hasn't already prepared that way of escape, right? I believe even in this, he has prepared something inside it that's going to make you succeed. All right. I hope it wasn't sounding like rambling to you. I hope you got it. That was my heart. And for anything that I could not adequately describe, I pray that God will open it up to you. That as you meditate on it, as you think about it, he'll just expand that knowledge in you, expand that revelation in you so that you can get it and apply it in your situation, okay? Well, this has been 1 Mo' Minute with Marcy. I'll be back tomorrow with another moment of momentum-producing motivation. Until then, stay encouraged. And remember, you got to flutter before you can fly. But flying is in your future. I love y'all.